Lie on your back with a pillow under your head for happy baby. Draw the knees into the chest. Take an inhale, and on the exhale begin to roll your knees around in small circles at the same time with your hands on top of the knees. Feel the massage on your low back. Take an inhale, opening through the ribs. Belly remains still. Exhale and lift your head up, reaching through between your knees to the inside of your feet, and hook your hands over where the arch of your foot is. Fingers on the outside of the feet. Inhale. And on the exhale, slowly begin to lower your head back down to your pillow, gently opening the knees and pulling them towards your chest. The bone between your knee and your ankle is perpendicular to the floor. Your feet are in line with the knees. Don't worry if you can't reach your feet. Take hold of the ankles or even use a strap across both feet and hold either end of it. Breathing normally, notice the position of your low back, which might be lifting off the floor a little. Don't worry about that. We're not trying to keep the hips on the ground. Just allow them to go where is comfortable. You can even roll gently from side to side, just like a real happy baby would. And you can even begin to straighten the legs as you roll like this, just like a turtle on its back. If you wish, take an inhale, and on the exhale, gently pull on your hands for 30 seconds or so, not longer. You should feel that only your upper body's working at this stage. The hips are passively being opened in this position. Allowing gravity to do its work, remain still for a moment or two. Then after about 30 seconds of pulling, release the pull and allow the weight of your arms and hands to pull your knees down further. Remember, this is a breathing exercise, so notice what happens as you breathe, especially the exhalation. You might be able to soften through the hip area and allow the low back to really lengthen into the mat. Notice how having your tummy squished in this position may affect where the breath is coming into the body. Notice how it feels in the sacrum. This is a release if you have low back pain, and can sometimes shift the position of the sacroiliac joint so it's no longer compressed, and can really relieve low back pain. Very similar to the child's pose, except that we've taken the nuisance of the knees being in too acute an angle for it to work as we get older on joints that are suffering. So this is a very healthy way of getting the length into the low back area at the back of the waist. If you want a challenge and you're super flexible in the hip, take hold of your heels now. Inhale, and on the exhale, open out behind the back of the knees and draw your feet down towards your ears. Come out into the butterfly by inhaling, exhaling and bending your knees, slowly letting go of the feet. Then pressing soles of feet together, allow the knees to flop down towards the ground. You'll feel that your low back is lifting gently off the ground. Then gently, perhaps using your hands, draw knees together. Open the feet wide and windscreen wiper your knees from side to side, drawing your femur into an internal rotation to counteract the motion of that very wide external rotation. Feel the tension across your quads as you draw the knee into the midline. Then bring the knees together and walk the feet apart. And rest here for a moment. Now let's challenge the pelvis by asking one of your hemipelvises to tilt forwards and the other to tilt backwards. You're going to need your strap for this element. Draw the knee on the right in towards the chest and wrap your strap around the ball of your foot. Not the arch of your foot, the ball of your foot. Your left leg is going to remain long along the mat. See if you can get the back of your hamstrings near to or on the floor. Now draw your right knee into a similar position as you did with Happy Baby, but it's just on one side. Notice how this side of the pelvis is rotating one way, but with the leg long, the other side is working the other way. Then when you're ready, gently open out at the back of your knee, lengthening through the hamstrings. Then inhale, and on the exhale, supporting your foot with the strap, take it out to the right. You may find that the left hip lifts, and if you're in a position to anchor it down with a bolster or somebody's hands or a sand-filled bag, then you'll be able to have more movement in the hips and not quite as much movement in the spine. Gently allow that leg to fall with gravity as far as it can out to the side and just hold it there for a few moments. You may even be able to crawl your hand along the strap and allow it to open out a little further. Then using the strap for support, inhale, and on the exhale, draw the right knee into the chest and switch legs so that the strap goes over the ball of your left foot and the right foot lengthens. Make sure it's on the ball of your foot and not on the arch of your foot. Take an inhale, and on the exhale bring the knee out to the left, just like you did in Happy Baby. Now inhale, and on the exhale, straighten out at the back of the knee as far as your leg and your hamstring are happy to allow you to. Then keeping your opposite hip anchored if you can, or finding a way to anchor it down falsely, take an inhale, exhale, and fully lengthen your left leg out to the left, making the strap as short as you can. You may even be able to reach your foot with your hand. Now take an inhale, exhale, and draw your foot back in. So the leg comes back to the center line, and then lengthen the leg long along the mat and compare both sides of the body having done this release. Feel the opening out in the front of the hip, which is the exact opposite feeling to having the hip the leg flex in towards your body. So feel the psoas lengthening and releasing in the front of the hip. Now once more, taking the knees out to the side, bend the knees and plant your feet flat with wide feet and windscreen washer your knees to bring an internal rotation into each of the ball and socket joints of the hips. Then fully relax. Lengthening your legs long along the mat one more time, and noticing how you feel around the hip joint, the flatness of the buttocks to the floor, the flatness of the hamstring on the floor, and even at the back of the waist. Breathing naturally, quietly, and slowly.